All right, thanks so much, Brian. It's normal to have preferences when it comes to your food and even for kids to be picky. But when does it become a sign of disordered eating? We have eating disorder specialist Kyla Fox joining us here with more. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to see you.
So just getting a definition then, what do we consider picky eating?
Picky eating is probably a very big spectrum, and a lot of, especially young kids, are picky eaters. And some people grow out of picky eating, and some people actually aren't able to do that. And that's when we look at whether or not those patterns and behaviors are actually more disordered eating or eating disorder patterns, which they can lead to.
Yeah, I know. I was just telling you, I was such a picky eater as a kid, so I'm very fortunate to have a bit of an expanded palate past that. But why is it so common in youth specifically?
I think we can't forget that kids really don't have a lot of control over really anything in their life. And so one of the things that they can control is what they eat, how much they eat, and when they eat. And so picky eating sort of acts as an opportunity for them to have some sense of control over something in their life, which I think we have to monitor and help to sort of expand and open up. Yeah.
And when we're looking at picky eating versus maybe disordered eating, where do we start to see the differences there?
Well, a picky eating disorder is usually referred to as ARFID, so it's avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, and often it's connected to other concurrent mental health issues or neurodivergence. So what we're trying to notice in young people is, are they able to move into new ways of being with food? Do they become distressed, dysregulated? Is it something that's more about like texture or sensory issues that's usually beyond just the actual food itself? And some people are able to adjust and move into new foods. Other people, we need to look at those other pieces in themselves.
I've not heard of that before. You called it ARFID?
Yes.
Yeah, so tell me more about what we can look out for there. What exactly is that one?
So I think what we want to look for are like just more rigid patterns around food, a lot of feedback from kids around the way something might taste or feel, or certain textures that they might be more attuned to, things that they would stay away from. And also if they're related to other sorts of things that they might feel in terms of anxiety or irritations and things like that.
So watching at the whole picture then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, what are some warning signs that we should be watching out for, maybe when it starts to become a problem?
Well, I think one of the things that we can really do, especially as people are caregivers with kids, is really try to help to expose kids to more opportunities to open up their palate. And so modeling what it means to have more balanced diet, more variation, putting things on the table and seeing if kids will be open to taking it, giving them not only the things that they want to eat. I think that's something that we kind of get locked into as parents is, what will my kid eat? So I'll give them that thing. But one of the things that we can really try to explore is giving them different things and not forcing food or not making negotiations around it, but really just trying to give openness and exploration a really good opportunity for kids to have.
Yeah, so we have about a minute left. I mean, when does this become an issue and when should you seek help?
I think when you feel that your kid is really stuck and when you're finding that there isn't the capacity for them to move into new places with food with ease and with regulation, a lot of parents share with us about the ways that they notice that their kids are feeling more isolated socially because they can't participate in things at school or play dates, that they have to take specific things, or they can't participate in the ways that they really want to. I think that's a really, really good sign to be able to try to seek out help. Eating disorders are so complex, and the spectrum of them is as well. So really inviting help and support is a really, really important place to start. Like as parents, we don't always know how to navigate these really complicated pieces.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for all this information. Where can we find you online?
www.kylafoxcenter.com and at Kyla Fox Recovery.
Perfect. Well, we'll make sure to get that up on our website, chch.com. We'll have much more coming up for you on Morning Live just after this.